In this tutorial video I'll show you how to create this evening dress. The pattern can be downloaded for free and the link to the pattern is in the description field. For the front part of the dress we will sew these seams together. We fold the fabric like this and sew it together here, and we will do the same on the other side. When the seams are sewn together on the front part, we can sew the two back parts onto the front part. Place the back part on the front part like this and sew it together all the way on this side. And we do the same on the other side and sew it together all the way here. The two back parts are sewn onto the front part of the dress. For the skirt part you'll need 7 straps of fabric, as the skirt exists of 7 layers. For the first layer you'll need a strap which is 2 cm high and 38 cm long, and we're gonna make very small folds all the way around, and in the end your first layer needs to be as long as your dress is. So you make as much folds as is needed, so the end and the other end of the strap will align here. The folds are done on the first layer. That should look something like this. And we'll continue with the second layer. This layer is 4 cm high and 38 cm long. And also with this layer we'll make all these small folds, and also for the second layer it needs to be as long as the dress is when the folds are done. The second layer is also sewn. It looks a bit like this with all the folds. Now we can sew the first and second layer together. We'll align them on one side and you sew them together all the way to the other side, and you align them here again. The first and second layer are sewn together. Now we take the fabric for the third layer. It's 38 centimeters long, and in the middle here it's 6 centimeters, and on the edges it's 4 centimeters, and this goes slightly in an angle. And like with the first 2 layers we'll be making a lot of small folds, and in the end it should have the same length as your first and second layer. After sewing the folds in the third layer we can attach the third layer onto the other 2. You align them with this line, and we won't be sewing the fold line on the other fold line because the layers of fabric will get too thick. You'll sew it just a little bit underneath the folding part from the second and first layer. So the stitching line will come here, but you won't see it as the first layer will fall over it. And you sew the third layer all the way around. So the lines on this side like this. Here you can see the third layer sewed onto the second and first layer. When you look on the back side, you can see the small distance between the first 2 folding layers and the third one. Now we continue with sewing the fourth layer. This one is 38 centimeters long, 5 centimeters high. And like with the other layers, we'll be making a lot of folds on the top side, and it should be as long as these layers. After you're done with the fourth layer, we can sew it onto the third layer. you line the sides, and we will be sewing it on to the third layer. As you can see, there's a bit space here, just far enough so the second layer falls over the stitching line of the layers, so you won't see it. And you sew it all the way together till you reach the other side here. The third and fourth layer are sewn together, and as you can see here, it is broader than the third layer, but on this side it's just as long, and here it's even a bit shorter. Now we can continue with the next layer. This one is 38 centimeters long, 6 centimeters high, and you do the same as with all the other layers. You make a lot of folds in it, and it should be as long as this whole skirt part. After you're done making the folds in the layer, you can sew them together. And you align them on the side, so they are together here. And I'm sewing them about halfway the previous layer, so the stitching line will fall just beneath the other layer. So it looks like this when you're sewing it around. This layer is also sewn to the rest of the skirt, and it's getting a pretty big skirt now. We continue with the sixth layer. This one is also 38 centimeters broad, and here in the middle it's 3 centimeters long, and at the end it's 6 centimeters long, and the line in between goes at an angle. Also here you make a few folds to the other side, and it should be as long so you can sew it onto the rest of the skirt. I've already sewn the sixth layer onto the skirt. Now we can continue with the seventh layer, and this is also the last one. It's 38 centimeters long, 2 centimeters in the middle, 7 centimeters at the end, and in between it goes in an angle. Also this one will be sewn onto the skirt like this, and you see it won't have much folds at all. After the front part and back part are sewn together, we will sew the back parts together. Just sew them all the way up to here. This part stays open, so the dress will fit over the hips of the doll. The back parts are sewn together. We turn the dress with the good side of the fabric on the outside. The last layer is also sewn onto the skirt. And now we can sew the skirt onto the dress. And what we're gonna do, we take the middle of the skirt part, which is here, and the middle will be sewn on the lowest part of the dress. I'm taking then the seam as middle point for the dress. And then we have sewn it here together. You continue by sewing the skirt onto the dress, but you go at an angle towards the other seam. So the outer part of the skirt will be aligned on the seam on this side, and it goes a bit up in an angle. And you do the same with the other side on the back part. So you see here is the end of the dress. This goes up at an angle, a bit towards the hip of the doll. So you get the skirt sewn onto the dress like this. The skirt is sewn onto the dress. Now we can sew the layers together here on the side. And you sew them together layer for layer until they are all done. After you're done sewing all the layers together, you can sew a small ribbon onto the part where you've sewn the dress and skirt together, so it looks nicely finished and you don't see the stitching line. So you sew it just over the stitching line where the skirt meets the dress. After you've sewn the ribbon onto the dress, the only thing left to do is to velcro a snap button onto the back and your dress is done.